Have you seen 3G, 4G, or 5G on your phone and wondered what those Gs actually mean? Today, I'll explain every mobile network generation, from 1G all the way to 6G, what changed, how fast they are, and what they can do in real life. 1G, the analog beginning. 1G was the first generation of mobile networks launched in the early 1980s in different parts of the world. It used analog radio signals and supported only basic voice calls, with poor call quality, lots of noise, and almost no security. You couldn't send texts or use the internet, and phones were big, heavy brick phones. Typical 1G speeds were around 2.4 kilobits per second, which is far too slow for any kind of data service. 2G, digital voice and SMS. 2G arrived in the 1990s and was the first digital mobile network using technologies like GSM and later GPRS. Going digital improved call quality, added encryption for more secure calls, and finally introduced SMS text messaging. Basic internet access became possible, with data speeds ranging roughly from 14.4 kilobits per second up to a few hundred kilobits per second in later upgrades like Edge. This was enough for very simple web pages, basic email, and early mobile services, but it was still slow compared to what we use today. 3G, real mobile internet. 3G rolled out in the early 2000s and really kicked off the era of smartphones and mobile broadband. With technologies like UMTS, HSPA, and HSPA+, 3G boosted speeds from around 384 kilobits per second up to tens of megabits per second. Now you could browse full websites, use email, navigate with maps, and make decent quality video calls on your phone. 3G networks made internet in your pocket normal and laid the foundation for app stores and social media on the go. 4G, often called LTE. 4G, often called LTE, started rolling out around 2009-2010 and turned mobile internet into true high-speed broadband. Typical 4G speeds can reach tens of megabits per second, with peak theoretical peaks around 100 Mbps or more depending on the network. This is what lets you stream HD videos, play online games, use ride-hailing and delivery apps, and make high-quality video calls smoothly on your phone. 4G networks are still widely used worldwide today and often work together with 5G in many countries. 5G, ultra-fast and low latency. 5G is the latest widely deployed generation, designed not just for phones but also for smart cities, connected cars, and massive IoT. It supports very high data rates with peak speeds up to around 20 gigabits per second in ideal conditions, and much lower latency than 4G. 5G is built around three main service categories: enhanced mobile broadband for super-fast internet, ultra-reliable low-latency communications for critical real-time tasks, and massive machine-type communications for huge numbers of IoT devices. This makes it great for 4K/8K video streaming, cloud gaming, remote surgery, industrial automation, and smart devices that stay connected almost instantly and reliably. 6G, the future of connectivity. Now let's talk about 6G, the next generation that's still under development and expected to appear around 2030 in leading markets. Standards work is starting in the mid-2020s with pre-commercial trials planned before wide rollout at the start of the 2030s. 6G aims for extremely high speeds, potentially in the terabit per second range, using new spectrum like terahertz frequencies for massive bandwidth. It also targets almost zero perceived delay, with ultra-low latency and highly reliable connections for advanced applications. Key ideas include AI-driven networks that optimize themselves, integrated sensing and communication that can sense the environment, precise positioning, and support for immersive experiences like extended reality, holographic communication, and digital twins. Early 6G use cases may focus on fully autonomous vehicles, ultra-smart cities, advanced healthcare, and highly realistic virtual and mixed reality experiences. However, 6G will not replace 5G overnight. As with previous generations, both will coexist for years while devices and networks gradually upgrade. So think of 6G as a long-term evolution that will push connectivity far beyond what we're used to today. Now you know exactly what those G signals on your phone stand for and how each generation changed the way we communicate. If you want more clear and simple tech breakdowns, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which G you first used on your phone.